Welcome to Game in the Life. My name is John, and just like you, many games have had a profound impact on me. In this episode, find out why Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning is a game that still lives rent-free and not just in my head. More on that later. Warhammer Online was released on the 18th of September 2008. It was a pretty eventful year.
Apple shares are just getting hammered this morning.
Kosovo's Albanians finally break free.
Here at Best Buy for the Grand Theft Auto launch. To peace.
And also the year you were all probably out dancing to this on a night out. What I can tell you is that I was definitely dancing to Kings of Leon, and many other bands I don't like, probably completely off my head. I led a double life, session video games like a fiend in the day, and doing anything I could to party at night. But video games have always been there for me to fall back on, and it's safe to say it was about time that I did just that. 2008 was a golden age for subscription-based MMOs. We were big PvP players and were always on the lookout for a game to become our new main sub, something with a different flavour to the big dog at the time, World of Warcraft. The competition included Aeon, Rift, Age of Conan, City of Heroes, and that was a really cool game, Lord of the Rings Online, and it was the year that Wrath of the Lich King was actually released. Does anybody want to join me for Trial of the Crusader? All great in their own right, but none of them quite cut it compared to, you know what I'm going to say, right? Here it is, the best PvP MMO of 2008 and beyond. What made Warhammer Online so special to me? Warhammer was already a big love in my life, and I'd played 40k since around the age of 11. I was hooked on huge round v round battles with hundreds of people, fighting from suburb streets to capital cities. We uncovered hidden lore and chased the thrill of equipping unique trophies from epic battles, getting involved in exciting public events where you get the chance to roll off against your comrades for legendary loot bags. I played a chosen warrior as part of the Chaos faction, one of 24 classes to explore, and was part of the top guild in the server, leading the charge of some of the first ever city raids, making history in a thriving community of PvP and PvE players. Warhammer Online was one of the few games in my life that I've taken really seriously. In my view, there needs to be a few things that align for this amount of effort to feel right. You've got to be one of the first to get in there and achieve it. You've got to enjoy the game and be motivated to give it your all. And you've got to be pretty bloody good at it, or really committed. I forget the server name, but I remember playing this game for 7 days a week at around 12 to 16 hours a day. I was that which have no life, truly. But I did enjoy a great and well organised PvP focused guild. We were one of the first guilds ever to break into the Empire city of Altdorf and take on the king. I was the top scorer for renown across the whole guild and indeed the realm. I even had forum hate mail from people I've never met, and that, my friends, is a new level of achievement. Leading the charge into hundreds of opponents as the lead unstoppable line breaker of the most feared PvP guild in the realm was an incredible experience that I'll never forget. But sadly, all good things must come to an end. After 5 wonderful years, the war came to an end on December the 18th, 2013. Thank you to all the players and fans for your loyalty, your dedication, and most of all, your WAGs! I was never around to see the fall. After a long family holiday, I'd fell out of love with the first expansion, and when I finally returned, I did so to carry Gusko's heartfelt statement that still genuinely brings a tear to my eye. The original developers wanted to not only compete with World of Warcraft, but they wanted to surpass it. This led directly to a game that tried to do everything, please everyone, and instead of focusing on what made Warhammer unique, they made it into World of Warhammer. We look forward to seeing you on the battlefield, at least until the war is over, and once again, we thank you humbly for 5 amazing years. But the story doesn't end there. Thanks to dedicated developers, you can still play Warhammer Online today, The Return of Reckoning. Head to returnofreckoning.com to get started. My first few minutes back were pure nostalgia. Huge shout out to the devs for all their hard work, for allowing me to use their content in this video, and for most of all, bringing back a piece of my childhood. Link in the description if you want to dive back in. Warhammer Online was more than just a game for me. It was a pivotal part of my youth, filled with lasting memories, new friendships, and lifelong lessons. If you enjoyed this story, please support the channel. Drop a comment down below about the games that have left a mark on you. And until next time, have a great game in the life.